Hello everyone, welcome back to another at-home craft with Luciana. If you're interested in seeing some of our previous crafts, you can check out our Warren County Library Facebook page or YouTube channel. Today we are going to decorate an old plain headband. This one is just purple, but it's kind of old, has seen better days. So what we're going to do is take some fake flowers and glue them on top. Before we do that, we're going to I just have this plain fabric. It has little butterflies on it. And I'm just going to cover the existing headband with that first, just so that the purple looks a little bit better. Okay, we're going to start out by cutting our fabric. I'm just going to set that aside for a moment. All right, this is a pretty big section of fabric. We will not need anywhere near this entire thing. I actually need that. And I'm just going to make sure that I have enough fabric to cover it. So as you can see, that side's a little short, so we're going to have to cut it long ways. Okay, so I'm going to start by cutting from the bottom here, the bottom edge. And I'm actually going to use this just to make sure it's thick enough. And you want it to be able to wrap around to the inside. So I am making it like this. I guess it's about 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches. And then I'm going to cut across to the edge of my fabric, making sure that along the way we are staying with the same width. It doesn't have to be perfect as long as it's wide enough to just cover our headband. Okay, so now that is cut out and I have it here, and for some reason there's string on there. Okay, now this craft does require hot glue, so I recommend this for ages 10 and up, and I definitely recommend supervision or an adult completing the gluing sections. So what I'm going to do is start by the end of our headband, and I'm just going to lay it down, and we're going to start by gluing the end over. And remember, this is hot glue we're working with, so you want to be careful with this. Okay, so I'm just putting a little bit of glue at the end. Added a little bit more. And now I'm going to fold that over and hold it into the glue. I'm holding it from the side. I'm just dabbing that. Excuse me while I get rid of these strings. Okay, so now our end is attached. Hopefully you can see that. And now we're just going to fold over the sides on top of it, just like this. Now the end is going to have to be glued a few times just to make sure this is going the way we want it to. Then the middle's pretty simple, then we just kind of glue around the edges. So I'm going to put some more glue in that same spot, and I'm going to fold over this little edge on the outside into the glue, just like that. All right. And while that sticks, just trying to fold that over. Now we're going to repeat that process for the other side. Okay. Okay, so the end of your headband should look somewhat like this. Hopefully you can see. I keep seeing this in the camera. So the end of your headband should look like this. And now we're just going to go along the edges and just fold over our fabric. And we're not being very particular with this, just so that the inside is glued together like that, and the outside will look like this. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue around the center in a line. And I'm going to fold over the longer side here. My one side is a little bit longer on mine. And I'm just carefully patting it into the glue. And I'm actually going to go around the entire headband, just gluing that one side down until I get to the end. Then we're going to leave the end for later. Okay, so while I'm gluing, I want to direct you to our awesome website. Our website is www.warrenlib.org. We have some great new resources during this time, and they are all available on our website. And something really exciting that's coming up is summer reading. Summer reading starts on June 15th, and we are using a new software called Beanstack. It's very easy to use. It is almost like registering in the branch. You need your library card and just put in your information, your name, all of that good stuff, and that's it. Then you are registered and you can track your reading on Beanstack. You just put in the books you read, how long you read, or how many books you read, and that's it. Some other things we have on our website are additional ebooks, and we have some great online programs going on. If you like this, there are more crafts available, story times, tutorials, really anything you're looking for. We are working on programs for using Ancestry. That's something that is pretty interesting and worth taking a look at. So if you're interested, please visit our website. It's www.warrenlib.org. Okay, so I'm just continuing gluing around the edges of my headband. And this is kind of what it looks like so far. We're going to glue this edge down at the end, but just so you get the idea of what it's going to look like. Okay, so I'm just going to continue that. I'm just putting glue down for a little bit of space like that, and then I'm folding the glue, or I'm folding the fabric into the glue. I don't think you could fold glue. And then I'm just patting it in there carefully. You could also use something to push your fabric into the glue if you're worried about getting burned. All right, so now I have a little bit of space at the end, and I'm just going to leave that for now. And I'm going to start back at the other side again. And now I'm going to repeat that process by folding over the other end of fabric. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of glue and fold over the other end of the fabric. Okay, and because I showed the first part, I'm not going to show this part, so I will see you again when this side is glued down. Okay, so we have glued the inside, looks like that. And now I'm going to finish the end. So I'm actually going to fold this side out of the way, like that. Now I'm going to glue a little bit more and fold over that first end. Again, being very careful with the glue. Then I'm going to do the same thing again to have the other side fold over. I'm actually going to cut that because it's a little bit long. All right, now I'm going to cover to the end there, holding it down. I'm just trimming off the end of that fabric because it's a little bit long. And now I'm going to glue the end over, one piece at a time. I'm going to continue until the end of my headband is covered. Okay, so now our headband is covered with the fabric. It's already so much better than it was. It was just looking really old and sad. So now what we're going to do is cover this with some flowers. Now, these are faux flowers from a craft store. And I'm going to start by removing this piece at the end. I already removed the stems, and I'm just going to set that aside. And now with this piece, I'm just going to trim it down so that we can glue it against our headbands. So now that's trimmed, and I'm just setting that aside. And now what we're going to do is add some glue around here. And I'm just going to attach that right into the center of my headband. And I'm pushing down on the flower and against the flower with the headband. And I'm just going to hold it like that for a minute. And then we're going to repeat this process going around the top of the headband. And as you can see, there's one flower. Now, I'm just going to press into the center of the flower just to make sure that it's secure, and it looks like it has attached pretty well. Okay, so now we're going to add a few more flowers. I have 5 flowers here. I'm probably only going to use 3, but I wasn't sure and I wanted to have enough just in case. So I'm going to repeat that same process. We're going to remove that little piece there, and then we're going to trim down that stem, and then we're going to apply some glue around the center stem there, and then glue that a little bit further away right onto the headband. And I'm going to do that same method of applying the pressure just for a minute until our glue starts to dry and harden, and then when I let go, we'll have 2 flowers. And I'm going to repeat with 1 more flower on the other side. You can use smaller flowers. I only have these, so they're a little bit bigger. But you could use any flowers you want, any fabric you want. You could attach a bow on there. You could use ribbons, anything you like. And if you wanted to just cover this little seam, you could always glue a piece of felt onto the inside just to make it softer and look nicer. So I'm going to do this one more time, remove that piece, cut this little stem down, put that aside, and we're going to apply glue to the center, and we're going to stick that right onto the headband and apply some pressure on both sides, the flower and the headband. And now we have a cute little floral headband for summertime. Okay, so now we have our pretty summer headband. It's very cute and fun. I'll put it on so you can see what it looks like on. And it's just so much fun. I know we can't have our normal summer activities right now, but little things like this make us feel a little bit more excited about summertime. I hope to see you again next time and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye, everybody. Little things like this make it feel more summery.